O. Something something orphans. Orphans alone. Nope, that starts with an A. Oh, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Let's Spoil It. Today, I'm back talking about this really cute Netflix movie, The Willoughbys. So, I started watching, or I even looked at The Willoughbys because I realized Alessia Cara, great singer, was the voice of one of the little characters in the movie. So I was like, oh, I love her. Let's give this a shot. So The Willoughbys is on Netflix, obviously, and it's a cartoon movie. Or it doesn't look like regular animation, but it is animated, I should say. Not cartoon, but it's animated. And it's about these 4 siblings that are living at home, and their parents are absolutely wretched, okay? And they try to figure out a way to get rid of them so they can be orphans and live on their own forever and ever and ever. So the movie starts out, it's actually narrated by a cat, which is super cute. The cat is Ricky Gervais. Hilarious. He's a hilarious actor. So there are 4 siblings. They live at home. Their parents are not good parents. They don't even feed them all the time. Like, the boy went in there to his parents while they're eating meatloaf, and he's like, oh man, we're hungry. And they're like, who gets to eat today's food? We do. What do you get? Yesterday's food. And he's like, but y'all ate all of yesterday's food. So we didn't eat yesterday. We're not going to be able to eat today. And we're not really going to be able to eat tomorrow. Because if you eat all the food today, then that means there's no leftovers. So there's no yesterday food. So that was about to be a little minute. And so while he's in there, his sister actually goes in there, steals the drinks they're drinking and the meatloaf and eats it all. And he's like, oh, they're like, oh, what in the world? What has happened? Whose fault is it? And the girl, she's not the oldest, so she did what all younger kids do, or middle kids do, I should say. She blamed it on her brother. He's like, no, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. And they were like, to the coal bin. And he actually got punished. They put him in a coal bin. Oh, it's horrible. So the 4 of them, the boy, the girl, and the 2 twins, their names are Barnaby. Both of the twins' names are Barnaby. Because so lazy. That's so lazy. And they decide, we're going to have to get rid of our family. So they decide to make this whole travel agency ad, and it's called the Reprehensible Travel Agency. And they decide to send them on all of these little things where they just know they'll die. They're like, let's send them send them into a volcano. Let's send them on this boat ride with piranha. Let's send them to climb trees and whatever. And we just know for a fact they will not make it. So apparently the parents go, they're like, okay, great, fine, this is amazing. We get to get rid of the kid, or get away from the kids. Amazing. And so they find this nanny, and she's like the cheapest nanny they could find. So she busts up in there, and the kids love her, honestly, except for the boy. He's the only one that's like, I'm not with this. She's too nice, she's too happy, she's too loving, she's making us eat oats. I hate oats. He's like, something's gotta give. Their parents didn't die, surprise, surprise. And they were like, we want to stay on this trip. How do we get more money? And they're like, their little travel guy was like, well, sell your house. And they're like, okay, great. So essentially they started trying to sell the house. They were like, we're getting rid of the house, do something with the kids. That's what they told the nanny. And the nanny's like, oh, it's no problem, I'll take care of the kids. So that's when the son read the phone, her text, and was like, she said she gonna take care of us. Now, obviously, he wasn't thinking about it in the good way. He was like, she's going to kill us. He's like, I'll take care of the kids. And she's like, no, read it in my voice. Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of the kids. And he was like, oh, but it was too late. So he actually ends up calling something something orphans. Orphans alone. Nope, that starts with an A. Don't know. But apparently if you see an orphan, you call something 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 O. That didn't make sense. But anyway, someone with some O's, they're orphans. So they called the orphans or he called the orphan people on themselves, essentially. He was like, we have a bad nanny here. And so the orphan people came, but it was crazy because right before the orphan people came, he realized how much he liked her. And he was like, oh man, she's a great nanny. I can't believe it. I tried to get rid of her because I thought she was trying to get rid of us. I came, separated the kids. The two Barnabys, Barnaby A, Barnaby B, they got taken to the same house. Barnaby, or the sister, I cannot remember her name for the life of me. I feel like it was Willow or something. And she got sent to a house where they loved to sing, which was actually would have been great because she also loved to sing and music, but she just wasn't happy anymore. And then Tim got taken to a bunch of places, and every time he got in a car, he jumped out. He was like, escape, 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 escape. I hate it here. So he ended up getting taken back to like the orphanage facility house or whatever, and Nanny comes back, breaks him out. And she's like, look, the only way you guys can not be with these random people, you gotta go, you gotta get your parents, okay? And they kind of came up with that together. They're like, go get your parents, you won't be orphans anymore, you won't be in the system, they won't keep trying, this other orphan society won't keep coming after you. And so they go and they break out all the kids, and they're like, okay, let's do it. So they build a dirigible, which just looks like a big old hot air balloon, essentially. Or yeah, it looks like a huge hot air balloon. And they're like, okay, where's the last place our parents are supposed to be going? Well, they'll be there, we know it, we can save them. And so it turns out the last place their parents were going was the Swiss Alps. And it was like it was actually not the Swiss Alps, but it was called like the unclimbable Alp, or the unclimbable mountain. So that's where they went to go save their parents. And so they go out there, and they're just in that little hot air balloon for days and hours. Hours and hours and days is what it felt like. And they go, and their parents ended up like frozen at the top. And so it just looked like a bunch of like cones, like snow-covered cones. And they're like, man, we gotta dig through all these cones. And it was like tree, 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 tree. And eventually they made it to their parents, and they melted them. They dug them out, they melted them. They had like little handheld heaters. They had the flares, and they melted them. And they were like, oh man, we love you. We're so sorry. We're the ones that sent you on this terrible trip. But we want you to come home. We'll be better kids. We'll even, go in the coal bin and not eat, if that's what we have to go through to not be orphans anymore, we'll do it. And they're like, the parents looked at each other and they're like, what do you think? Can we do it for love? And they're like, yeah, we'll do it for love. And they walk up to those kids and they're like, boom, get out the way. We don't care about y'all. Stole the dirigible. Legit stole it. It was a funny thing to see, but at the same time, I was just like, and the kids were like, wow, we came all of this way to save our parents. They just left us on this unclimbable Alp. It's freezing out here. The kids ended up like huddled up freezing. And then Nanny came and saved them. So the kids ended up, being saved. They ended up living with Nanny for the rest of their lives. The nanny was like, oh, I'm so glad we found you guys. Where are your parents? And they're like, they left us? We're orphans for real now. It's horrible. It's a horrible story. So the story literally went from them trying to kill their parents and become orphans to realizing, oh no, this isn't the life for us. We don't want to be orphans. But then they're still like, well, we still want love. So yeah, like I said, Nanny ends up adopting them. So cute. And you have to watch to see if the parents ever actually die. It tells you at the end. So I'll let that. You have to watch it just to see, like, okay, so did the parents die? Because that was the whole point of the movie, wasn't it? To kill the parents so that they could be orphans. But now they're not orphans, they're adopted. But do they die? Is the point. Do they die? So watch it. Oh, I didn't tell you everything. I gave you literally bare bones of the story. It was an absolutely hilarious movie. About an hour and a half, hour and 45. I don't regret watching it at all. I watched it once by myself. I watched it a second time with a group of friends on Zoom. It was hilarious both times. Like, it's been a while since I've watched a cartoon or animated movie and was like, this is great. So I definitely recommend it if you are an adult, young adult, grown adult, whatever. If you love animated movies, go for it. It's great for the kids, but not if your kids don't like you. You know, I feel like it might give them ideas. So if you're a mean parent, or if your kids just don't like you, they might give you a brochure from the reprehensible travel agency. So you better watch your back. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. And if you're on podcast format, thank you for listening. Wherever you are, please subscribe. Help me get subscribers. We need to get it up, you guys. Tell me what else you would like to see me. What else you would like to see me review or spoil? Sometimes, you know, I understand we don't always want spoilers. If there's something that you would just want my opinion on, you would like a review, please leave it in the comments below, okay? I know people look at it and they don't leave comments. I know you do. If you keep doing that, I'm going to send you a brochure from the reprehensible travel agency.